Raptors win, even though JV had a monster game against us. Raptors win against the Memphis Grizzlies, and the Raptors played well in the second half as they dominated and just forced JV into space and made JV have to play some defense, or else JV was killing the Raptors in the first half. 18 points and 14 rebounds in the first half, and it just looked like JV was just taking over. He was abusing Chris Boucher and Aaron Baines all game long, and just brought back nostalgia of how good JV was on the offensive end. He has a great touch, great soft touch around the rim, and it's great off the pick and rolls. Sets good screens on offense, and you know what? JV just plays great on the offensive end. Just defensively, he gives it all right back, and he just can't guard in space. And there was just so many plays where the Raptors just blew by him off the three-point line, and he makes like zero effort, or he fouls, and just not the JV that you'd want to see. You thought he would have to develop and grow, but not really. After we traded him, I don't think he improved at all, to be honest. He doesn't really shoot the three either, which is a good thing, I think, because he wasn't really consistent with it. But otherwise, he's the same JV that we traded away, but he was dominant in this game. 27 points and 20 rebounds. Just abused the Raptors inside the offensive glass. He was dominating. Extra possessions. And the Grizzlies, they should have got blown out of this game big time if it wasn't for JV and his offensive rebounds, which they dominated. I think they had like 19 offensive rebounds in this game, which is absurd. But the Raptors overcame all that, and this is all thanks to Pascal Siakam, Norman Powell, and Van Vliet. Those three guys combined for 93 points, and 93 points is 73% of the Raptors scoring tonight. And shout out to Chris Boucher, who did a good enough job of containing JV, boxing him out, and the team rebounding was right there as the Raptors just, if you're playing small ball and you're facing a big man, you gotta play as a team, and the Raptors did just that and just kept scrapping and fighting for all those rebounds as the Raptors pulled away in that fourth quarter, which they dominated. Now, this game was not easy. The Raptors jumped out to an early 9-0 run, and it looked like the Raptors were, playing hard, and after losing, they, fixed their mindset and got back to the game. But after a while, the Grizzlies started coming back, and the Raptors really didn't have any answers if it wasn't for forcing turnovers and getting on the fast break. And then it became more of a half-court game, and the Raptors suffered out of that. But a problem here in this game is that Kyle Lowry left this game early. 7 minutes or something he played in this game with back spasms and did not return. Now, he did have back spasms last year, and this was kind of an issue for him as he sat out a bunch of games. So I think the Raptors elected to play it safe this time around, and he could be missing a fair bit of time here. And without Kyle Lowry, you're going to have to rely on the likes of Terrence Davis, Malachi Flynn, and maybe even, Matt Thomas. And these guys have got to play make. They've got to handle basketball and play well. So it's going to be interesting to see how Nick Nurse mixes up the lineups. And speaking of Nick Nurse gets ejected in this game early in the second half. Or I think even before the half even started. I don't even remember what happened there. But he was just sent back after arguing a call for a Stanley Johnson foul. He got ejected. And you know what? That's exactly what the Raptors needed, because as soon as he gets ejected, the Raptors team just, bam, starts going on fire. They play harder. They play faster. They play with pace and purpose. As the Raptors went on a 28-6 run. No joke. As the Raptors came back from a double-digit deficit to retake the lead. And you know what? That's all she wrote after that. The Raptors played hard throughout and dominated the second half. Pascal Siakam especially played better after the Nick Nurse ejection. And a shout out to Adrian Griffin, who came in and coached a good game. He called early timeout to stop any sort of momentum the Grizzlies had, which is good. And he did a great job on the substitutions. No Aaron Baines, or barely any Aaron Baines in the second half, because he just wasn't giving you anything on the offensive end. And they were disrespecting the Raptors all game long, especially Aaron Baines. Just kept doubling off of him all game, and you know what? That just ruins your spacing, ruins your team offense, and Baines just wasn't knocking down the shot consistently. So he couldn't be played, and the Raptors elected to go with more offense than defense. And Chris Boucher did a great job on the offensive end, of course, 12 points and 10 boards. But the defensive end, he did just enough for the Raptors to win this game. And you know what? Dylan Brooks, a fellow Canadian, did a great job scoring the basketball. Shout out to him. The Raptors did a great job locking down Ja Morant. I believe only 5 of 17 from the field. The Raptors pretty much locked down most of their guys tonight. A good job in the second half especially, but I got a shout out to Chris Boucher, big time impact. But Norman Powell, Van Vliet, and Siakam were great tonight. Siakam, 5 threes in this game. I know he hasn't been hitting the 3 this season, but he was hitting all sorts of threes, and the bang 3 was evidence of how good he was shooting the basketball tonight. He was just knocking down everything, and those threes were huge because they were just packing the paint and forcing Siakam to shoot the 3, and he took it and he made it, which was huge. Norman chipped in with 6 of his own as well, as the Raptors reined it in from 3-point line, 23s in this one. Bembry, a great game from him again. He just does some great plays, man. The hustle on the defensive end, and then just making great smart plays, passing and dribbling and making the right reads. Gotta shout out to Bembry. Bembry's playing well, man. And you know what? As a Raptors team, they bounced back, got another win. They're almost at 500 right there. But a good win for the Raptors team. As the Raptors go on to the next one, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to Raptors Wrap Up. Let me know what you guys think of tonight's game. Until next time, guys. Peace.